Welcome back, preschool. Are you ready to continue on with our day? I hope so. Do you remember what you practiced yesterday? What beautiful letters you were making? That's right, the letter A. Beautiful. And here we have, do you see it? There is a beautiful letter A right there. And today we are going to talk about animals. Animals. Now, we were specific about some animals that started with the letter A. We've already talked about uh, armadillos, and we talked about yesterday alligators, but all animals start with the letter A. Not each individual one, but animals, the word animals, start with that letter A. Just to get us started, I thought it would be a good idea to read this story called Animals Should Definitely Not Wear Clothing, written by Judy Barrett. Do you see it right there? Judy Barrett. Who is Judy Barrett? You're right, the author. And we know that author writes the story, author writes the story, author writes the story. That's why she came first. Now here I am on the what special page? You're right, the title page. And I see Ron Barrett, sorry. And who would that be? You're right, the illustrator. And we know that illustrators illustrate, illustrators illustrate, illustrators illustrate, which means he made the pictures. Now, I don't know if you can see very clearly, but what is going on with this porcupine? Oh my goodness. Animals should definitely not wear clothing, because it would be disastrous for a porcupine. Do you see what happened? Oh my goodness, that poor porcupine. She tried to put those clothes on and she poked right through the cloth. She just could not wear clothes. But not just because of that, but because a camel might wear it in the wrong places. What? Do you wear hats on your humps? Wait a minute. Check your back. Do you have humps? I don't think so. We don't even have the chance to wear hats on our humps because we don't have them. But really supposed to go where? On your head, silly camel. And, because a snake would lose his clothes. Do you see him right there? He slithered right out. Now, if you see, this is a pair of pants. How can he wear a pair of pants? He can't wear a pair of pants. He doesn't have a pair of legs. He only has one body. So yes, he might definitely lose those clothes. And a mouse could get lost in it. Can you see a mouse in there? Do you see a mouse? It's very hard to see. I can see her little tail. I can see her little feet. But she's got such a big hat on, you can't even see her. Oh no. And a sheep might find it terribly hot. Look at this sheep. Now, do you remember? What do you make sweaters and hats out? Or scarves too? You make them out of wool. Where does wool come from? A sheep? So it's like wearing a coat with a scarf and a hat on a coat. Woo! Too hot, too hot. Now, it could be very messy for a pig to wear clothes. Do you see that? He has spilled all over his shirt. Oh no, what a mess. I hope his mom has a really good washing machine. And it might make life hard for a hen. Guys, do you see what happened here? Our poor chicken tried to lay an egg, but she had pants on, so the egg got stuck in her pants, and it can't come into the nest where it can be collected. Oh, poor chicken. Now here's our friend the kangaroo from last week. A kangaroo would find it quite unnecessary. Do you see her little Joey there? Where is her Joey supposed to be? Is her Joey supposed to be in her pocket or in her pouch? You're right, definitely in her pouch, not her pocket, silly kangaroo. And because a giraffe Well, he just might look sort of silly. Do you see that poor giraffe? That poor giraffe has to wear so many neckties because his neck is so long. Oh my goodness, poor giraffe. And because a billy goat would eat it for lunch. Oh my goodness, look at that silly billy goat. He is eating his own pants. Don't eat your pants for breakfast or lunch, billy goat. Oh my goodness. And because it would always be wet on a walrus. Where does a walrus live? That's right, in the water. So his clothes would always be soaking wet. Now, when you go out and you want to go for a swim, do you wear your clothes into the pool? No, you wear a swimming suit. So, of course, you wear a swimming suit. A walrus already comes with his own swimming suit. It's his natural skin, so he doesn't need wet clothes. Oh, silly animals. Because a moose could never ever manage. Uh-oh, he was trying to wear suspenders. And could he do it? No, they got stuck on his antlers. Oh no. And because opossums might wear it upside down by mistake. Guys, did you see this picture? Is that how they're supposed to wear their clothes? But they hang from their tail so much it made sense to them. Oh, silly possums. And most of all, because it might be very embarrassing. This lady went to the zoo to check out the elephants, and you see what happened? She was wearing the very same outfit as the elephant. I agree. I really agree. Animals should definitely not wear clothing. Unless you're a little indoor puppy who needs to go out in the snow, then you probably do need to wear a sweater. But the thing is it's made for that puppy, not for a porcupine. Oh my goodness, so much silliness. Now, to go on with our animals, I have another story for you. Are you ready? It is called Animal Feet. Now, do you see that super beautiful letter A right there? Animal. Animal. And just as a refresher, as a reminder, do you remember what this letter is? We've studied it before. Feet. Feet. The letter F. Good job. Good remembering. I knew you were practicing your letters even after we were done talking about them for this week. So we have animal feet right here. Now let's take a look at these animal feet. Do you have feet? You do? Awesome. And how many feet do you have? 1, 2. 2 feet. Now, animals use their feet to do many different things. These feet have sharp claws, so the animal can grasp onto tree branches. Can you see them right here? There's those feet. And who do you think they belong to? If you guessed this beautiful bird, you're right. The beautiful feet of this bird. Now, I guess I should try to bend my book so you can't see the answer right away. Let's give that a try. These feet have tough pads so the animal can run through rough ground. Can you see those feet? Do you see them? Who do you think they might belong to? Ooh, that's a very good guess. Should we find out the answer? They are the feet of a rhinoceros. Did you guess a rhinoceros? If you did, excellent job. Okay, what about these feet? These feet have soft pads and sharp claws, so the animal can walk quietly and catch other animals. Whose feet do you think this could be? Do you want to take a guess? Did you guess a tiger? If you did, good job, because that's where it is, who it is, a tiger. Nice job. Okay, are you ready for this one? Ooh, can you see them? Well, they're kind of fuzzy, aren't they? These feet have little claws and pads so the animal can grip smooth surfaces. Do you want to take a guess? Whose feet do you think those belong to? Yeah, good guesses. Excellent guesses. Did you guess, though, a fly? They are the feet of a fly. Wow. Now, oops, I gave it away. Oh, no. These feet have hard hooves, so the animal can run a long way. Did you see it or did you guess it? What do you think your guess is if you didn't see it? Oh, you guys are so smart. Excellent job. They are the feet of a horse. Beautiful job. Nice work. Okay, I'm not going to get tricked this time. What about these feet? Oh my goodness, what kind of feet do you think those are? These feet have moist pads so the animal can grip rocks and branches. What's your guess? Good job. Did you guess a frog? These are the feet of a frog. Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, here we go. Do you see these feet? I wonder who they belong to. These feet are soft with 5 toes, so the animal can balance when it stands upright. Can we count those toes together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's count the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was 5 on this foot, 5 on this foot. How many do you think that puts all together? 5 plus 5 more. Let's count to see what it makes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 toes. 10 toes on whose feet? Did you guess a person? I bet you did. Good job. They are the feet of a person. Okay, so one thing, I want you to do an experiment today. Hopefully, you'll be able to do this experiment. I brought, some friends with me. I have Mr. Elephant and I have Mr. Bear. And if you look, they definitely have very distinct looking feet. Now I am at an advantage because I'm here by this beautiful little lake and I can pick up and put some sand in my hand to do our experiment. Now, if you don't have a sandbox, or say your mom says, nah, I'd really not like you to use flour on the table because that would make a really big mess. Maybe you could use Play-Doh if you put it in a dish or something like that to keep it contained. And even if you can't find something to use, I'll give you another way to do this experiment. So I want you to take one of your animals. See if you've got dinosaurs, horses, unicorns, bunnies. What kinds of animals do you have that you like to play with? Which are your favorite animals to play with at home? And I want you to take something like your Play-Doh or your sand or your flour or something like that and gently press his hand, his paw, his foot into it to see what kind of shape the paws or the feet make in the sand. You'll be making, well, in this case, I would be making elephant tracks across there. But do you think the elephant tracks would look different than the bear prints, the bear paws? If I put the paws of my bear into the sand or the flour or the Play-Doh, something, do you think the same footprint, the animal print, would look the same as the elephant as it would for the bear? I think you're right. I bet they'd be a lot different. But then, just like I was tripped up by the rhinoceros in our story, I looked at that picture and I thought for sure it was my friend the elephant. Some feet will look a lot alike. Do you think you could tell the difference between an elephant print and a rhinoceros if you have a rhinoceros at home? Why don't you try it out? Now, I told you, if there isn't anything that you can squish into, if you don't have any Play-Doh or you don't have any flour or sand or something you can squish into, do you know the other thing you could do? Is take your feet and trace them. Take your pen or a pencil and carefully draw all the way around on a piece of paper. And you'll get the outline of the foot. And you can tell me then if the outline of the foot from tracing looks different for a bear than it does an elephant or whatever are the animals that you have at home. And I would love for you to do this experiment, okay? Good job. I can't wait to hear the animals that you had in your house to be able to match up their footprints. Okay, now before we go, we need to do a little bit more math. We did a little bit of counting, but we haven't done any opposites in a while. And since you might be inside your house watching this, I am definitely where? Outside. I am outside, you are inside. Those are opposites. So before we go, I wanted to discuss a little bit more clearly some opposites. Are you ready?